Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
Her mother and I.
Thank you. Okay, Derry, do you want us to take a step forward? Friends and family, welcome. We are gathered here today on this happy occasion to witness the marriage of Stephanie and Derek. Please be seated. I would like to begin by thanking each and every one of you for being here. It is no accident that each of you are here today. And each of you were invited to be here because you represent someone important in the individual and collective lives of Stephanie and Derek. Much of what we hear about love is a lot of elaborate language and sentiment that, though paints a pretty picture, is not actionable in reality. Rather than repeat something cliched today, Stephanie and Derek would like to share their approach to achieving and maintaining a practical lifetime of love. In knowing one's own self, speaking one's own truth, and acting generously with virtue, the ability to love and be loved becomes more genuinely satisfying and humbling than otherwise possible. Though making sense of love is difficult to do, it is in the devotion to doing so that we find the most fulfilling reason for love. The more we are able to try, the more resilient we become, and two, the capacity to which we are able to love grows in congruence with that to which we are able to receive it. Here is our first reading. Love is derived from actions, not defined by words. It is our involuntary response to virtue if we ourselves are virtuous. It requires honesty, courage, and integrity, both because these traits are admirable and also because they foster predictability and security. If we are virtuous, then we will inevitably feel positively inclined towards other virtuous people. And the more virtuous they are, the more we will love them. Our energy, time, and resources will be at their disposal because we know that we will not be exploited and that they will reciprocate our generosity. Virtue that does not impose itself on others is like a magnet for goodness and repels corruption. If a relationship results in an increase in virtue, then surely it will result in an increase in love, something to be ardently desired. Marriage is to be entered upon thoughtfully and with a deep awareness of its enduring nature. Today, as Stephanie and Derek become married, we are confident that this deepening of their commitment to each other will lead to enrichment and joy in their lives. Okay, shall I take your bouquet and ask you to hold hands? Okay, remember, you're going to be saying these words to each other, not to me, okay? Okay, so we come now to the declaration of intent. Derek, I'll say these words and your response is I do. Okay. Derek, do you take Stephanie to be your wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part?
I do.
Okay. Stephanie, the same for you? The response is I do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stephanie, do you take Derek to be your husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part?
I do.
The hard part's not over yet. Derek and Stephanie have each written their own personal vows that they're going to share now with each other. Okay, Derek.
Me? All right.
Yeah, and Stephanie.
Excuse me.
Actually, I'm going to have you, Stephanie, go first.
Okay.
Okay, so Stephanie, when you're ready, you may begin.
Okay. Derek, you've shown me a life I never knew could be possible. One filled with virtue, courage, honesty, and goodness. I believe together we're so much more than we ever could be individually, and as a result, everything in our lives has and will continue to become richer. When deciding on readings for today, I have to admit I was selfish in wanting to keep a quote for myself to use in my vows instead. People live in the dark because they pretend that there's no such thing as light. When the light appears, it reminds them that the darkness is a choice, not an absolute. You are my light, and I will forever and always choose you. I've never met anyone who challenges me the way that you do. Though at times I questioned why that is, I've come to learn it's because you believe in me more than anyone else. There's only one way I can think to say thank you, by pledging my love and commitment to you today, and by promising to always do the same for you. So I promise to be virtuous, I promise to be courageous in my honesty, to be tempered in my actions, and to be trustworthy in my love. I promise to be steadfast in my role as your wife, and to be unwaveringly loyal to you as my husband, and to be fearfully devoted to our future family as a mother. I promise to love you freely and joyfully, not with obligation or demand. I promise to always be yours and never take a single day together for granted. I love you so much, and though today is the happiest day of my life thus far, I evermore look forward to the day we go from being yours and mine to instead ours as our family expands and my love for you and everything we have created follows.
You asked me to follow that?
Okay.
The sunlight's a little... Stephanie, how do I describe what feels like a lifetime of experiences and emotions without keeping all of us here until sundown? I don't know where to begin in describing what brought us to this moment, or how excited, contented, heartened, and grateful I am to be here with you, Mark, and with all of you. Under such trying and absurd circumstances, no less.
Yeah.
So thank you all for coming. What I do know is that I've been drawn to you ever since I realized I had a beautiful new neighbor whom just so happened to have a cute little dog as well. He's very small. I asked you out, and soon we were together almost every day. Gradually, this only child, always content to be a loner, couldn't imagine spending a day without you. It was always so easy, so comfortable. Difficult times would come, to be sure, but strangely the tough conversations were almost easy as well. Enjoyable even. My love for you seemed to grow by the hour. It still does, and I know it always will. You taught me more than I yet realize, I think. If anything, that I have so much more to learn. But to name a few: patience, loyalty, work ethic, and not sweating the small things. How could I not be drawn to you as I was? How could I not have fallen in love with you? With your integrity, your strength of character, your poise and composure, and your kindness, my heart sings for our future together. I've waited far too long for you to be my wife, and I couldn't let anything stop us from being together. I promise to always be loyal, to ask what's on your mind again, even or especially when you won't tell me that first time. To never stop fighting for us and our future, and to love you for the rest of my life. I love you, Stephanie, and for me, every day will always be 24 May.
You got me.
Let me take that from
Of course.
there. Thank you. As a token of these promises, and as a symbol of your marriage, these rings are given and received. Derek, you just take Stephanie's
Sure.
ring. Just place it at the end of her third finger on her left hand. Don't put it on yet. Okay, just hold it there.
Sure.
Okay, and then please repeat after me.
Yeah.
Okay? We could sing it if you like.
This completes the whole thing.
It
Let me
does.
tell you. Yeah. It wouldn't be this neighborhood without 2 ice cream trucks.
Okay.
We were worried about lawnmowers.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Repeat after me. We'll take it nice and slow. Stephanie, I love you.
Stephanie, I love you.
My heart is in this ring.
My heart is in this ring.
My love is in this ring.
My love is in this ring.
I promise to be your faithful husband,
I promise to be your faithful husband,
to love you through the best and the worst,
to love you through the best and the worst,
through the difficult and the easy.
through the difficult and the easy.
I promise you my unconditional love,
I promise you my unconditional love,
and I give you my unwavering trust.
and I give you my unwavering trust.
When you look at this ring,
When you look at this ring,
remember that I love you always.
remember that I love you always.
Good stuff. Okay, I want to place that on. If it's tricky, just give it a twist. There we go. Perfect. Okay. You want to do the same? Just place it on. Good. Don't slide it on just yet, and then repeat after me. Okay? Derek, I love you.
Derek, I love you.
My heart is in this ring.
My heart is in this ring.
My love is in this ring.
My love is in this ring.
I promise to be your faithful wife,
I promise to be your faithful wife,
to love you through the best and the worst,
to love you through the best and the worst,
through the difficult and the easy.
through the difficult and the easy.
I promise you my unconditional love,
I promise you my unconditional love,
and I give you my unwavering trust.
and I give you my unwavering trust.
When you look at this ring,
When you look at this ring,
remember that I love you always.
remember that I love you always.
Wonderful. Awesome. Okay, do you want to just continue holding hands? Face one another. Our second reading says this: we always have the choice to either love honorably or to just define whatever we're doing as love, and thus corrupt both ourselves and the world. Love does not require perfection, but honesty. Intimacy is driven by a delight in gaining knowledge about the other person, and is achieved when both are free to speak their minds, commit to listening, and strive to understand each other. Communication is patient, positive, and productive. thus affirming the strength of the relationship and allowing mutual trust to grow even stronger. We should be honest, courageous, honorable, and strong, because those actions will inevitably result in self-respect, rational pride, and the capacity to truly love and be loved. Stephanie and Derek, you have declared your love for each other before your friends and your family. You have pledged that you will live together in marriage in the words of your promises and your vows, in the symbolism of the joining of hands, and in the giving of rings. And so by the authority vested in me by the state of Michigan and now the U.S. Postal Service, and before all your family and friends, I therefore declare you now to be husband and wife. And while everybody claps and cheers, you may kiss one another.
I love you so much. I'm so glad this finally happened. Hey, you.
Hey.
Hey, you.
Yeah. Just don't want to be left out.
No.
You don't want to be left out.
You thought of chuff from him. Mm-hmm. There he goes.
Okay, we're heading around the final curve.
All right.
Can I ask that you all reflect in prayer? Let us pray together. For the promise, for the hope, for the love of this day, we give thanks. May these your children be blessed with strength, that they may build a life of joy and fulfillment on the foundations of commitment and love. May they be sustained by the love and support that now surrounds them. May they be open-hearted, courageous and strong. May they be generous of spirit, understanding of each other, and may they enjoy warm and loyal friendship. May they go forward from this day, delighting in their love, and may it continue to bind them together. May their love grow, and in time to come, may it prove able to heal and to help, to overcome difficulties and to bring reconciliation. Be with them now and remain with them always. Amen.
Amen. Just tie off.
Now we zoom.
I see celebrations have already started. So.
Tyler, please tell me you got that.
Okay, there's only one way that we can round this off. And that is, can I ask you all, if you're able, please to stand and welcome, for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Derek Drushel.
So much.
I remember those days we were young and had nothing to do. I used to pick you up and drive to a place we could talk for hours. Sometimes we'd run out of words to say, but we didn't mind, 'cause we could lay on the ground and just stare into each other's eyes. And I remember when you kissed me, I felt the taste of your lipstick, even the brand of your ripped jeans.